a little bit about bottom-up and top-down processing and kind of give you the gist of both. So let's start with bottom-up processing. So we're starting at the most basic level and making things more complex. So when you're watching this video, the simplest way for this information to enter your consciousness is it comes in as light and sound waves. Okay? Light waves and sound waves are entering. Light waves hit your retina, they pass through the eye, the rods and the cones, they go through to the thalamus, they eventually hit your occipital lobe and that visual cortex and stimulate the specific areas of the eye that are relevant, which then sends information to the rest of your brain. Similarly with the ears, the sound waves are entering your ears, going through the outer, the middle, the inner ear, going to the thalamus, hitting the auditory cortex, and then again, that information gets spread out to the rest of the brain. Because when it hits the occipital lobe or the auditory cortex, it's just neural information. It's electrical stimuli. It doesn't mean anything to us yet. Okay? Yet you're perceiving me as a person. You're understanding my words. You're seeing my body language. You're taking in all of this information. And that's where top-down processing comes into play. You can take all of those information and say, make sense of it. So you can know that, hey, this guy talking is my teacher. He's watched other videos of him. He has a degree in psychology. He's, seems to know what he's talking about when he talks about other videos. So I should listen to him. I should pay attention. I can learn something here. And all that information is being processed extremely quickly, milliseconds, to tell you, yeah, pay attention to this video. Okay? And that's top-down processing. Another example could be, you're out and about and you happen to notice something past your visual field. You don't know what it was, you just know there was movement. That part of your occipital lobe has lit up. Okay? That information entered your retina. It probably hit the cones because it was in your peripheral. I'm sorry, the rods because it was in your peripheral, and went to the specific area of your visual cortex that processes movement. But again, that doesn't mean anything. But your amygdala and your limbic system likely fired and said, hey, wait a second here. There's fast-moving movement. This could be dangerous. We should pay attention to it. So you turn and you look to see what was there. Might have been nothing, might have been something dangerous. But your mind used that little bit of bottom-up processing information, that little bit of information, processed it from a top-down perspective, and said, pay attention to this. It's important. Your mind is constantly doing these things, constantly taking in information from bottom-up level, and the top-down is now deciding what should reach your consciousness, what's important and what's not.